Hey everybody, it's Brett Garner here with the J. Harmon Home Team, and I am interviewing today Miss Leigh McKee from the Murfreesboro Flower Shop. How are you doing today?
Great, good morning.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. We've had two huge holidays, which is great for you guys, right?
Yes.
Mother's Day, Easter have been right around the corner.
Valentine's Day was big.
Yes.
Mother's Day's even bigger.
And you said how long did it take you to recover after
2 days.
Mother's Day? Is that every holiday or
Pretty
is that
much.
just occasional?
Pretty much, yes.
But y'all, every time I walk in here, you guys are having a great time.
We work nonstop.
You're all together.
Yes.
You, David, who else?
David Lynn, the owner, of course, he's been here for close to 40 years at this location, or actually he started out at the building next door,
Okay.
but we've been in this location for quite a while. So his wife Sherry is here occasionally. She's also working out at Copper Ridge Venue, which is at their home on
That's
Betty
their
Ford
event
Road.
venue.
So that's their event venue. And then there's Becky Gandy, Presley, Mary, Denise, Lisa, Eddie. We probably have a good 8 to 10 on our crew.
That's
and
a full house.
we always get a few extras for the big holidays. So
That is a full house.
full
And
house at times.
I know I've been in here sometimes, and the delivery guys, I've heard David say, hey, you've also got to pick up some horse feed
Right.
at the co-op or somewhere else. So it's not just the flower shop. You've also got the tuxedo rental, right? Is that
No,
still
the limousine.
around?
The limousine,
Okay,
just the limousine rental. We have 2 limousines that are for rent, for hire, and we provide, of course, the drivers.
Right.
So there's a black Mercedes Sprinter that carries up to 14 people comfortably. There's a white Lincoln Town Car, which is the traditional low, stretch limousine.
Awesome.
So we stay busy with that as well. It's not always convenient for everyone to just Uber everywhere they want to go. So it's nice
Right.
to sometimes have those dedicated cars for your party, especially if it's a bridal party or a birthday or outing for a group of friends, night on the town, concerts, that kind of thing. So they stay pretty busy with the limousines as well.
So, story about the limousines. My first ever date with my wife was with one of Adventure Limousines.
Oh, wow.
And David was our driver.
Okay.
Had a great night. But as everybody tells me, I kind of went way beyond the normal for the first date. I kind of spoiled her, ruined it, whatever you want to say.
That's always good.
But yeah, David was our driver that night, and we had a great time. He was awesome.
Fantastic.
I know he's probably not driving that much anymore, but
No, he
still
has a
great service.
crew of drivers that work for him, and they're always very polite and gracious and accommodating. So
Awesome.
it's a good crew.
So now, when did they start the event venue out at Betty Ford?
Probably 3 to 4 years ago, they started having a wedding here and there. So it was just not really full speed ahead until probably a year or so ago. And now I would say that they are staying, really busy, much busier, especially now that it's becoming wedding season and the warmer months.
Right.
And even in the fall, it has become even more popular to get married in the fall just because of a little bit cooler weather. So they're busy with it. And David's wife Sherry maintains keeping that steady and busy and going and staffed,
Right.
and it's a challenge. Every bride is different, and they want tables set up a different way, and she helps manage all of that. So it's a handful.
Leigh, I have a question. Hey, it's
Sure.
me. I'm behind the camera. And
Cameraman.
So it seems like weddings. My aunt's in the catering business, and there's a lot of trendy stuff that happens in wedding. Well, really in everything, but especially in weddings. And so it seems like the last several years, the trend has been the whole barn wedding and shabby chic and
Correct.
all that kind of stuff.
Correct.
Is that still going strong? Is that tapering off? Is it modifying?
We are still
see
seeing
with
that.
flowers too,
Yeah,
right?
we're still seeing that as a pretty strong trend. Not as many church weddings as there quote unquote used to be. I'm still seeing a lot of outdoor wedding trends, and of course that can be a nightmare when the weather doesn't cooperate. So
Right.
it's always good to have plan B in place. And of course that's one of the advantages that David and Sherry have with the Copper Ridge barn is that it is large enough to accommodate everyone inside should the weather turn cloudy or rainy, and they can do it indoors.
You got a backup plan built
There's
in.
always a backup plan. They do have brides that get married outside at the property, but there is a complete chapel upstairs with a beautiful open window in the shape of a cross. So it is chapel-like but very rustic.
Sure.
So that's upstairs, and the downstairs part of the barn is all for the reception and celebrating the couple. As far as the square footage goes, and there's a built-in kitchen and bar and bridal and groomsmen rooms and everything like that, so they can change. And I mean, it's a really nice venue. So,
well, I mean, how do y'all keep up with all these trends too? I mean, not just the wedding venue, but the glassware that you use at the flower shop and things like that. I mean,
we are a telefloral and FTD networked florist, so some of the vases that we actually get come from FTD and telefloral. No, I mean, we purchase them from the companies, but still they come out with their trends, and we either buy them or not. But when we are tied to our telefloral, our Murfreesboro flower shop site is actually designed by telefloral. So what you see when you log on to Murfreesboro Flower Shop is just a telefloral designed website. So what we do here inside the florist, as far as our floral designs go, can differ drastically from what you see on that website, but we can also do what you see on the website. So, there are vases that we have here in the shop that are typically telefloral vases, like, some of these. This is actually an FT. No, this is a telefloral vase. So this vase right here comes from telefloral. I mean, I love the vase. It's a beautiful vase, and, our customers like a lot of the things that we get from those national companies. But we also go to market ourselves in Atlanta and buy some customized looking, beautiful
glass
urns,
pieces,
vases, that kind of thing. And we're probably due to go and repurchase, because we've pretty much gone through what we went to market and bought in February. So it doesn't take long to blow through a lot of vases and urns and
especially
containers.
With those big holidays in between. You had
right,
three really big
we
floral
had,
holidays.
we did that just before
right
Valentine's, and so we used a lot of vases and containers through that time. So
now,
anyway,
why flowers?
Why flowers?
I mean, David's, you said 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's a traditional gift of either appreciation or sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to say that we do a lot of funeral work. 27% of the business is actually funeral work.
Wow.
So, Murfreesboro has become a very large town, small city. There's a lot of people passing away on a daily basis. If you look at the newspapers, and here comes our mailman. Good morning. There are funerals every day, and actually there are 7 days a week, and so many times we are busy keeping up with the funerals. They're obviously done in a very timely manner, and we have to have the funeral work there on time. And that's a huge part of business.
Sure.
And flowers, of course, are always an expression of love and, appreciation. We have, just last week, we had teacher appreciation, nurses appreciation, Mother's Day. People tend to send flowers when they care about someone and appreciate them, and it's just a nice gesture. It's also the perfect gift for the person who has everything,
right,
because flowers are beautiful for a while and then they, die, and you can toss, if it's a vase that you want to keep, that's fine. And we have a lot of customers that recycle their vases back to us, and of course we invite and encourage that, because we can certainly use them again.
Sure.
Well, and it changes with the seasons.
It does change with the seasons, yes.
Different flowers, different times a year.
Absolutely,
And it can always be different.
I love having cut flowers. I'm single, and I love having cut flowers in my house. I just do. And when I walked in, you got all these buckets of flowers. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm a pan around.
Real pan around.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just it just wham. But it wasn't crazy.
No.
It was good. But I wanted to tell you, my friend Leigh, her husband passed away a couple years ago. And you guys handled the flowers for his funeral,
right?
Here in Murfreesboro. And when I told her that this is where we were doing our coffee talk today, she was like, "Oh, I just love them."
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's ever gotten flowers from here otherwise, but it's at that moment, especially the big moments, right? Funerals, weddings, those kinds of things, where the last thing you want to worry about is it pretty enough?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, yeah.
And you guys just handled it.
Well, and David has a wonderful reputation for doing an excellent job, on-time delivery. people have confidence in him that they're going to get what they want, and sometimes he even surprises them with more than they want.
Oh, sure.
Which is always nice as well.
It's not your traditional flower shop either.
No.
You don't just walk in and it's already prearranged stuff.
No,
to
in
pick
fact,
up and walk out with.
nothing's actually prearranged.
Prearranged.
Honestly, we have people walk in just about on a daily basis and say or ask, "Do you have anything ready to go?" And we said, "No, we don't, but we'll make you something
Throw
in
it
just a
together.
few
Well,
minutes."
we were standing here.
And we did. We made an arrangement for a young lady who had a friend having a bad day. So we're going to brighten that friend's day by making her a beautiful, fresh floral arrangement. So
Less than 10 minutes
that's
and she
less
was
than
out.
10
She
minutes
was
and
out,
she's
yeah.
out the door. Yeah, so that's good.
I mean, that was the last time I bought flowers for my wife from
Yes.
here, and same
he gonna
thing. I
join
walked
us?
in
Yes.
and said, "Hey, I just
we
need
we
something."
also I would like to say that we also have a few standing customers, and what that means is they have us deliver flowers to either their home or their office on a regular basis, which is a service that we offer, which we love because
on in, David.
it's a great steady business for us. Needs a lily over there. Go ahead, grab it.
Jump in.
He'll have to read it for me. The open ones.
This is
The
David,
Stargazer.
Hey, how are y'all?
There you go.
More.
So
Those
two
are
more.
awesome. They're so fragrant.
yeah, these are
And
the
one
fragrant
more.
lilies that some people love and some people dislike.
They do leave markings.
Yeah, my
on the
dad's
table,
allergic
though.
Yes,
to 'em.
if we try to depollinate the flowers like the lilies because we don't want the pollen dropping on someone's tablecloth or fine furniture. But anyway, so yeah, we do have several customers that have us deliver flowers on a regular basis.
That's awesome.
And it brightens their home, brightens their office. We have a dentist office in town, Dr. Roy Thompson, that gets a delivery every single Monday. And then at the end of the work week, which is Thursday for them, they send it home with either a patient or an employee, just as an
That's
appreciation
awesome.
gift. So
That's
that's
really
really
cool.
nice. And we do flowers once a week at 5 Senses Restaurant, and we set up tablescapes at restaurants when someone's having a celebration, an anniversary, or a birthday party. So they have actually, a customer hired us to set up a beautiful tablescape up at Dallas and Jane's, which is a new restaurant up here on the north side, and we did that one day. It was really, really gorgeous, and so we on site. We're full service, so we actually will come on site and do installations. A couple of weeks ago, I set up a chandelier installation for a friend of mine whose granddaughter was turning 1. Big party
Wow.
for the 1-year-old, and of course it was mainly for the adults.
Right.
Right.
But we installed a chandelier in her dining room with florals and greenery, and it turned out really pretty. So we do
never
all
even thought
sorts.
about
We
that.
do
I
all
hadn't thought
sorts
about
of
that either,
things.
yeah.
And our full service, includes doing the wedding setup. And when we do weddings, we will go to the site, install beautiful swags on arches, and
You guys do the edible or food
no,
safe?
really, we don't cater to that too much. I mean, we will place flowers on a cake, but most of the time when the cake catering people are ready to slice the cake, they'll pull the flowers off and just
My aunt
slice
has
and
used,
serve.
there's some orchids that you can eat.
Right,
and
right,
She's used
yeah.
that in salads and
right,
things like
right,
that.
yeah.
So for the right house, we could work them in to the
Sure.
budget for
Open
the
houses.
open house.
There
right?
you go. That's right. That's exactly
Better than
right.
baking any cookies.
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah.
It'll smell a whole lot better than
Sometimes
cookies.
realtors will have us do a beautiful floral arrangement after they've closed or sold a house to someone. So
Yeah.
it's a great gesture.
It's
great
anything-
thank you gift.
Anything but traditional. I mean, definitely unique place to buy flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you just have to come down and check it out and really see what they have to offer, because
Right.
it's so a la carte. You can create whatever you want, or have them create
we
something
will
special
and we
for
will
you.
guide the customer. If they don't know what they want, then we typically will ask some questions and find out really kind of what their needs are, ask what their budget is, and then create the most beautiful thing that we can accordingly. And that's really what David is known for. We have lots of customers that walk in the door, or they'll call us and say, just do me something pretty. I want to spend $50. I want to spend $100. Just do it upright. And so David is known for that, creative flair of a arrangement that always looks unique, and it turns out gorgeous.
If you think about it,
That's
that's
a
kind
successful-
of a big deal.
Yeah.
Because for me to call you ahead and say, "Hey, I'm going to give you $100, make something awesome,"
Make something pretty.
and I mean that's
Mm-hmm.
how do you know that you're going to meet my expectation? And I think you answered that already.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of times he's going to exceed that expectation.
Most of the time. And I mean, there is an occasion, very seldom, but on occasion, you know, we'll do something up for someone and they'll go, well, no, I really wanted something taller. And either we didn't ask enough questions or they didn't verbalize it on the front end. And so we're happy to remake something in of course, in a short amount of time because we're pretty quick on our feet.
Yeah.
If someone wanted something tall, you know, we'll make it for them if we had already done something low profile. But
you know, it's interesting, the flower business, it just kind of occurred to me, it's a lot like our business where what you're selling, okay, product wise,
sure,
I can go into Kroger and buy a pre-made arrangement.
Sure.
Right? I mean, I can stand in a cooler and say, yeah, that one's my favorite of all these that are in here. Right? Or I can actually get great service, right? Pay a little bit more, not a lot more, but a little bit more, and then come in and say, I need a purple whatever, and other than that, go wild.
Right.
And here, take my money.
Sure, absolutely.
And be wowed with what I get
that's
as
right.
opposed to settling on something.
And the one thing that you're really going to get by coming to Murfreesboro Flower Shop is some unique flowers. So we pride ourselves in importing some absolutely stunning, out of the ordinary things like King Protea. It's a gorgeous. It's too bad we can't walk around and pan as we speak, but we've got some really unusual flowers. So King Protea is this gigantic flower bloom. It comes from South Africa. Honestly, it will last a month or two in water, if you know, as long as you keep it in water. So it's long lasting. I mean, it may cost $25 per stem, but you know, price per day, you really get your money's worth out of it if it lasts a month or two. So it's a great
can we
flower.
do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure,
Okay.
we can walk around and
the wiggle just
look
for a
at
second.
some of the beautiful flowers. That's part of it.
So I mean, I can tell you, every $20 I've spent here is way better than $20 spent at any other flower shop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or any
So look at the size
retail outlet.
of the sunflowers.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Those are gorgeous.
That's my daughter's favorite.
We also have a lot of potted plants. So this is a hibiscus topiary.
Hey, funny story about hibiscus. So a very good friend of mine has twins, and they bought a hibiscus at the farmer's market and took it back to Alabama. And their daughter, the girl side of the twins, forever has called it a hibiscus.
Hibiscus tree.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus plant.
Look at our hibiscus.
Yeah. Okay, and so take a left actually, and we're going to walk this way. So pan just a little bit. We also have a very large selection. If you can zoom in on this, do you need me to go behind you or in front of you? See the all the orchids that we have? These are called waterfall orchids, and they're trained to go up and over a little
I see that
branch, and they come waterfall back down. They're really gorgeous, but we also have a nice selection of like the purple, the different colors are beautiful. And this one right here on the table in front of you is called a dancing lady. It's an Obsidian orchid, and it's just a little more delicate, unusual.
it is beautiful.
Really, really pretty. Just a different look than just the typical white Phalaenopsis orchid.
Now, today's
we do sell a
special-
lot of the white Phalaenopsis orchids, though.
Today's special, not just because you're interviewing with us, but
Right,
it's also your birthday today, right?
Today is my birthday.
Oh yeah, Brett's gonna sing
Happy
to you. Did
birthday.
you know that?
Sure.
You don't really want that.
No. So, again, potted plants. That down below, we've got the pink hydrangea, the pink azaleas. Here's another nice tray of our orchids that we have available.
Look at that one.
Yeah, they're really unusual. Very pretty.
It's awesome.
I have a Tina Patel, a local friend of mine's daughter, Myra, did this this chalkboard for us, and she's very talented. So
Art by Myra.
Art by Myra. Plug for her. She's for hire. This is the King Protea flower that I was telling you about.
Look at that thing.
It's very unusual. It almost looks like an artichoke. Kind of has that
yeah.
feel, but it looks really neat paired with other flowers as well. So it makes for
is
an
beautiful.
interesting floral arrangement.
It's an
We have
eye-catcher.
actually two coolers in the florist. So this is our small cooler where we store our orchids, our tulips, our spray roses, some of the calla lilies. If you can zoom into see the huge white calla lily in there against the wall in that white bucket? That is called an open cut calla lily, and it's significantly larger than what most people see in calla lilies. So it's nice. Oh, check this out. This is a white peony. Everybody loves peonies, and we have them for an extended season in the spring. Most of the time, if they're blooming in your garden, they last for a week, but we have them for several months. We get them in white, pink, cranberry color,
And no ants.
coral.
And they smell
no
amazing.
ants. No ants.
All the
No
ones in
ants
my
on
yard
ours.
have always been covered in ants.
Correct.
Yeah.
So no ants on ours. So it's worth getting them from us and having them in your home.
Yeah.
But we also do gifts like chocolates and teddy bears, balloons, all types of things like that. And what many people may not realize is that we actually supply most of all of the floral arrangements in the St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital gift shop.
Oh, wow.
So
What's
if
that pink
you see-
thing?
The pink thing, that is ginger.
What?
It's a ginger bloom.
No way.
Yeah, it's really large, kind of exotic, tropical.
So the root of that is what you eat?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay. I deal in flowers, not spices.
Yes,
Right.
I'm not eating any of that.
So all the magic takes place back
All
there.
the
right?
magic takes. Come on back. Let's take a tour. So all the magic takes place right back here. David is actually beginning a pall for a funeral, and this size of this pall is half or 3/4. It's a half pall. So that's a typical size that he does for a lot of funerals. It covers the part of the casket in case they have an open casket, at the head where family and friends can view the deceased loved one. This sits at the bottom half of the casket and looks really pretty. And it's also very appropriate to use if someone has a closed casket as well.
Sure.
It's just a nice size. But so yeah, this is our workroom.
Ribbon
As you
galore.
can see, take a look at the floor. When we do our cuttings and designings, everything gets dropped to the floor. The cuttings do, and then at the end of the day, we sweep it up and throw it in the trash.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it works. There's not much point in cleaning up during the middle of the day.
As you're blowing and going.
Correct,
that's right.
correct. We also have another long table back here, secondary workroom. This is where we
look
do
at
a
those
lot of
irises.
the wedding work. Yeah, the iris are beautiful.
They're pretty.
They're perfect.
Yellow daisies. See, when we get the flowers, some of the times when we get the flowers in, they're just very tight and not completely opened up yet. So we unpack them, cut them, and put them in special hydration fluid. And what's in this bucket is a special fluid that helps the flowers open up. So these gladiola need a few days to open up and
Gotcha.
become more full bloomed, like these are starting to open up here. That
Those are so
pretty
awesome.
pink.
Those are
Yeah,
some of my favorite
they're
flowers.
gorgeous, and they're nice in tall arrangements because they have so much height. We love our curly willow. Come back and take a look at the curly willow.
Oh,
Look at
wow. Check it out.
This is kind of crazy curly willow because it's sprouting greenery, but we love to use it like that as well. So this is our cutting room back here. We have a cutting table that when we cut most of our flowers, they come in boxed, and we immediately cut the ends off, put them into our water, and this is what you see. They're hydrating and.
So is that hatchet for the really ornery ones? Up on the wall?
Yeah, that would be for the really tough ones. And David also has a saw over there that he'll fire
yeah?
up and cut things when the branches are pretty significant and you can't cut them with either cutters or something.
You don't want
So
broken
this is the
pieces.
complaint
He has
department
a
too,
saw.
right?
Yeah, if you complain, your head goes in here. Yeah. So, but yeah, we have all kinds of baskets, vases. I mean, the back of the house isn't real pretty, but what we put out and produce is.
right.
So we do, all the plants always get a basket when they go out. This is our large cooler, and if you're brave enough to step in here because it's really nice and cool, I'll take a tour. You will take a tour of the large cooler. Another cutting table. This is all of our Gerber daisies, our stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
That's amazing.
Okay, we'll let Eddie come by.
What's
Which
some
way are we
color?
going? This way. Go ahead.
We're in your way.
That's all right.
Y'all go ahead.
So this is another one of my favorites.
The thistle,
This
right?
is called Orangium Thistle. Yeah, I love
Oh,
it.
love
It's
those.
very textural. Looks great with everything. I think it's really neat.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great looking flower. This is a Viking palm. It's like a miniature sunflower, and it's really, really sweet and holds up really well. Very sturdy. This is a really cool one.
What
This
is
is
that?
called hanging
is awesome.
hanging amaranthus, and it looks really fabulous in tall arrangements that you can have something draping
Yeah.
out of. So
Very
we can
cool.
also get it in a couple of colors. It also comes in a cranberry color.
That's awesome.
Really gorgeous.
That is unique.
We have hydrangea in every color. We love the hydrangea, and we use that as a base to many of our flower arrangements. We've got the light blue, the shocking blue, the white, the green. This is called mojito green.
Oh, I love that.
It's really pretty. And then we have a full stock of roses, and I mean, just since it's a week past Mother's Day, we're kind of wiped out really on the roses. We typically have many more. So
now, how in the world do you grow those?
this one?
No, those.
These. Oh, the rainbow roses. We import those. I don't know exactly how they come imported, and I don't know exactly how they dye them to do that.
Petals.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's killer.
It's a crazy hybrid something or the other. I don't know, but anyway, more curly willow in the corner. We've actually just installed these shelves on this side of the cooler, so we have probably twice as much storage space as we did even a month ago.
You know what's interesting is when you're in here, you know, it used to be, hey, I'm gonna buy mom flowers, I'm gonna buy whoever flowers,
Right.
And immediately you think roses, right?
But there's
And
so
it's
many other things to
so
choose from.
far beyond roses.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
myriad of other things to choose from.
There's a lot of other things to choose from. So
so far beyond roses.
yeah, check this one out right here. This is a garden rose. Our garden roses are particularly known for their fragrance and their beauty. Can you smell it?
Oh my word!
I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And we do a lot of, this is called the white O'Hare. We do primarily, primarily, this rose is pretty much going to go into every bridal bouquet that we do, just about.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's just a classic. It looks pretty with everything.
I can't get over this. This is the coolest thing I've seen.
Yeah.
It is amazingly
I love
unique.
The hanging amaranthus.
So I got a professional question.
It's really unique. Yes, yes.
So when you do buy flowers at some other places, whether it's a grocery chain or whatever, I tend to notice that they don't smell as fragrant as flowers purchased somewhere like here.
Well, and part of it is just the variety of flower.
Okay.
So the grocery stores are not going to be carrying the garden roses. They're significantly more.
They need something that holds up longer, right?
Well, it's mainly the price point.
The cost.
The garden roses are pretty much twice as expensive as a regular standard
I see.
rose. So for us, we incorporate it into our cost of goods and make it work for a lot of people to still afford some of the garden roses, but they are pricier and they're just beautiful.
Yeah, but that's part of what you, I think, seek
Makes
out
us
when
unique,
you
yeah.
are
That's
doing
why
an
people come
arrangement.
to us, because we're going to have the unique, high-end premium flowers.
Well, and here's what else I've noticed is with some of the, especially the pre-made stuff that you just go to the cooler and get, it'll have one or two kind of showcase flowers, quote unquote.
Right.
And then there's a lot of other junk.
Filler.
We call
Yeah.
filler flowers, yeah.
And I personally, I would prefer a little bit of filler just to make it look full. So some more showcase flowers, even if that means that when I take it out of the the plastic or whatever and stick it in a vase, it doesn't
Fills
fill
out.
it up.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because I
Right.
would rather have something
Right.
that's really beautiful to look at.
Sure.
A
That's
real
right.
showpiece.
Exactly. And then just walking this way, back up towards the front, this little bucket of, go ahead, are we getting
we're all
tangled?
tangled up.
Okay, so this little bucket right here actually has some lilies. Some people are highly allergic to the oriental lilies that have the strong fragrance. These are called Asiatic lilies, and they are not fragrant. They look pretty, but they don't have that strong fragrance like an oriental lily does.
I see.
So we use these a lot for people who can't handle the smell of a strong smelling lily.
I like the look, but not the
My
smell.
dad.
Yeah, they get the look, and in fact, the orange lilies. These are. I'm about ready to toss these, and we do. Sadly enough, we do throw some things away. If they don't get used and sold, then they're like them in the trash.
Sure.
So we'll just toss them in the trash. But these do not smell as either. So the yellow lilies and the orange lilies, these light pink Asiatic lilies are all kind of in that Asiatic family where they are not strong smelling, which is good for some people who just can't handle it. Yeah. We do a lot of remembrance giftware as well. So the angels, the crystal crosses have become really popular. These are 24% lead crystal. They're just really a nice gift when someone has either had a death in the family or just a nice, any occasion really for that matter. It's a nice crystal cross. And then we have different angels and that kind of thing. So we also do like blankets and throws. This is kind of a traditional gift around here that a lot of people send to funerals. We always provide showcase them on a stand. and send them to the funeral homes. There's garden stones back in the back there. Lots of people like those.
Cool.
Just different things.
Catherine
light up
Morrison
churches.
was watching or is watching, and she said, "I absolutely love their flowers. Beautiful."
Yay! Thank you,
she's a fan.
Catherine. Appreciate that.
Do y'all have an event or anything coming up soon that you want to try to plug or
A sale or
Talk
we
about?
have, absolutely, yes. We have at the Copper Ridge venue, which is David and Sherry's barn at their home, we have cocktails at Copper Ridge. Now, it's actually being hosted by the Charity Circle of Murfreesboro, which is a ladies' organization that raises money for charity. I am a member of the organization. I'm not on the committee that's hosting that party, but I hope that everyone would come.
Is it a purchase tickets in advance?
It's not really a purchase a ticket. It's a come show up as you are. Pay a donation or make a donation to the charity as you come in, and they donate every single penny that's given to the local charities in Rutherford County. So if you give $25 or $100, every single dime of that goes to the charities. The ladies of the Charity Circle provide all the food and the cocktails and everything. They underwrite the entire party.
Amazing.
So no expenses are coming out of the charitable dollars that come in. So
Awesome.
everyone's invited. It's open to the public. I think couples, like men and women, are invited to come to this event. It's on June the 6th at 5 o'clock. And if you want more information, you can go to Charity Circle on Facebook or Instagram, and it's probably been in the newspaper and VIP in Murfreesboro Magazine as well.
we need
And
to
we'll
add
put-
it to our list
Yeah.
too?
We'll
June
do that.
June 6th. June
We'll put
6th
it-
at 5 o'clock.
Put it in the weekend planner, and then we'll also put the details in the comments.
That'd be
in
great.
This thread.
Yeah, I can share it with you too on a link or something.
That'd be fantastic.
So anyway.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
one of my if I can get this to pop out, one of my favorite little buckets that we have is the Flowers and Garden. It's just a little galvanized bucket, but it's kind of got the nice whitewash and the Flowers and Garden embossed on the side of the bucket. These are always nicer. It's nice to kind of upgrade a little basket when you're sending a plant out.
Yeah,
we just
right.
have different little things like that available.
Love it.
So we can usually upgrade certain things. Ferns. We actually rent ferns if someone needs them for an event or for a wedding.
Rent a fern.
Yeah, you can rent a
I've never
fern
heard
if you
of
don't
that.
want to just go out and purchase, a $25 fern. We can rent them for $10 a piece. Sometimes we do that for, like I said, graduations, events, weddings.
That I've not heard of.
I haven't either.
But that's pretty amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
we do that too. Yeah. So
well, come on down,
anything
folks.
else you can think of?
Yeah.
Come and see us at the flower shop and get some pretty flowers.
Come wade amongst the flowers down at the
Exactly.
Murfreesboro Flower Shop.
Truly,
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
completely engrossed in them.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I think that has
So our phone
covered
number,
most of it.
if someone wants our phone number,
Yes.
it is 615-893-3211. And our exact location is 1007 Memorial Boulevard. We are in between the Smith Brothers Car Wash and Holiday Cleaners, same side of the street. And if some people are familiar with the old Charlie's, we're kind of catty corner across the street from them. We're across the street and just up the way a little bit from Hoover Paint Store. So if someone knows where that is, we're not
And
far
you
from
left out the
them.
best landmark over here. You're just a few doors down from Donut Country.
Oh yes. Occasionally we step into Donut Country.
I can't imagine that you wouldn't.
Yes, and they also do have chicken salad sandwiches, which are really good.
They do.
So,
Yeah, Bo's a good dude, so I
yeah,
actually had him on here one time.
very nice folks. We like Donut Country. So yeah, I invite everyone to come see us. Give us a call.
Need
Whether
a
it
limo,
be,
need a gift,
need a
need
limo,
a venue.
need flowers, need a venue. We pretty much have what you need.
Right on. Very good.
All right.
Thanks, Leigh,
been a
for
pleasure. Thank
talking
you.
with us today. I
Nice to
appreciate
see you,
it
Brett.
greatly. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right,
Leigh.
folks. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll tune in next week for the next edition of Coffee Talk. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome.